Hi, so today I'm going to be making some freezer jam. This is my husband's favorite jam and I grew up with this strawberry freezer jam. I'm going to really just show you guys how easy it is to make. You'll need to go to the store and get some pectin, and if you get the pectin, the recipe is in the pectin box and it is so easy to follow and so easy to make. So I'm going to show that to you right now. To start out, we're going to need our crushed strawberries. I bought these strawberries because they were on sale, but I didn't have time to, nor the energy that night to make the strawberry jam. So my husband and I worked together and we washed and cut off the stems and blended them. I just put them in my blender, blended them, put them in these bags and froze them. So I've let them thaw out and now I'm going to make the strawberry jam. So to start off, you need the recipe. I'm doubling it. So I am going to need 4 cups of strawberries for this recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and measure those out. Okay, so there's my 4 cups of strawberries, and you can see I have a lot more strawberry left. So I'm going to be making a lot more jam later on. To the strawberries, we're going to add our sugar. Now I already measured this out because I need 8 cups of sugar, and I did not want you to have to sit through me measuring out 8 cups of sugar. So we're going to just mix the sugar with the strawberries. Alright, once it's nice and mixed, I've got it all, it looks like strawberries again. It doesn't even look like there's any sugar. So once it's nice and mixed, you're going to let it sit for 10 minutes. And you'll be stirring it every once in a while throughout those 10 minutes. So we're going to let it sit and I'll be right back. Alright, so it's been 10 minutes and as you can see I've cleaned up a little bit, so the perfect amount of time to clean up a little bit. And during those 10 minutes I made sure to stir this a couple times just to make sure the sugar doesn't settle on the bottom. So that's why you need to stir it occasionally during those 10 minutes. So now what we're going to do is combine in this small bowl some lemon juice. So this is a 1/4 cup of lemon juice and my pectin. And again, I've doubled my recipe, so I'm using both bags of pectin. And this is my first time ever using the liquid pectin. I've always used the powder. So it'll be interesting. We'll see if it works the exact same. I've always used this brand, but just not the liquid. So maybe when I finish up the other batch of strawberries, because I have a lot more left, I will use the powder and compare them and see which one I like better. The powder definitely dumps into the bowl a lot faster than this liquid stuff. And I'd imagine that this liquid is sticky. I'm trying not to touch it, but I'd imagine that it is. Okay, so now we're going to mix this together, the lemon juice and the pectin. And once that's mixed, we'll just pour it into this bowl with the strawberries. Okay, there we go, that was quick. So now let's pour it into this bowl. Alright, and now we're going to stir this, oh perfect timing, right on the minute. So we're going to stir this for 3 minutes. So I'm just going to watch my wristwatch here. Alright, so it's been 3 minutes and I think all the sugar is dissolved because I'm not feeling, as I stir it, I don't feel any gritty granules on the bottom. So it's just this nice red mixture of strawberries. And I'm now going to pour it into my containers. I know most people would use small, like 1 cup containers for jam, but we go through this jam so fast that I don't want to be pulling containers out of my freezer all the time. So I'm doing large containers and I'm going to fill them up. You want to leave about 1/2 inch, probably about a little bit more, since I'm doing such a large quantity, just so it has room to expand when it's in the freezer, because it'll expand. And there you go. This is what I grew up with, was freezer jam. And so, well, freezer jam is fast. Like it took me probably about 20 minutes to do this whole thing from start to finish, and that includes the 10 minutes of wait in between. Now, I did wash and blend my strawberries beforehand, like last week, But I'm also doing a large batch. Like I went and got one of those big flats of strawberries. And if you just wanted to do one quart-sized box of strawberries, maybe 2, it would probably take you maybe half hour to wash them, blend them, and then do this whole process. And it's really quite simple. So that's the plus side of freezer jam, is it's really fast, really easy. But the downside is it does take up precious space in your freezer. So if you don't have much freezer space to spare, then you might want to opt for the canning option, and that's when you have to cook your jam, and then you can can it in jars, but then you've got it's not in your freezer. That process takes a lot longer, but you at least don't have the freezer space taken up. So whichever one you choose. But my jam is done, and I'm going to pour it in the containers now. Hey guys, so it's actually the next day, but I just wanted to add this little extra note. I am finishing up my strawberry jam, and this time I got the powdered pectin instead of the liquid, and I forgot because it's been, let me turn off this fan. It's been 2 years since I've done jam, and you actually have to boil the pectin on the stove with some water, and so basically you're making the liquid pectin. So I think from now on I might just use the liquid pectin, because all I had to do was whisk it with some lemon juice and that was it. So it's not too complicated, you just boil it for a minute, but it is an extra step. So I just thought I'd put that in this video as just a heads up. So if you're going to be doing freezer jam for the first time, you can choose whether you want the extra step of boiling the pectin or just the quick, easy liquid pectin that I got, which was really nice. Anyway, thanks for watching.